I'm awake. I've been up for a little bit. Don't you say things about me sleeping in. I'm Ken Napzok. It's 20 Minutes of Coffee. This is the show that is live for channel members, and then broadcast to the public later. But you want to get in on this. So if you're out there and you want to become a channel member, join and you'll get this. You can participate in the weekly stream I do with the Bothering Live Now. We had a great one last night, almost 2 hours plus. Laserbolt was there, Michael McCarcel was there, David McKay was there, and they're here now. This is the other side of my studio, and this is where I never do any work here. I play games here, and I stream here. I do all my writing and work hunched over a laptop like this. Trying to figure out why I have back pain. My back's doing great. Thanks for those who give any damns about the ongoing adventures of my 47-year-old back. Started the year with just absolute unable to move type of pain. And last couple days, perfect. It's better. 100% better. It doesn't mean it's gone away because it's a chronic back pain thing. But, yeah, that's good. We're here. I titled the episode When the Coffee Isn't Enough. And because I make these thumbnails and everything on the weekend so I can set up the streams. And I figured, well, something will pop up and I'll change the thumbnail and be more catchy. Better thumbnail, pull people in when I make the episode public. But look at it. Today, we're dealing with the aftermath of this Kansas City shooting. More details coming out. I'm reading that just as I sat down here. The mood's a little different. And you know what? The coffee isn't enough today. One of those days where we just all have to kind of get up and find our way through life. Kingsport Cal is here. Like I said, David McKay. Laserbolt Video is here as well. And Michael McCarcel. I want to know the story one day of Laserbolt. That's what I want to know. I know his real identity, but I'd like to know one day the story. I'm not asking you to share it now. Let's get some of the sad, bad news out of the way. I just literally wanted to hear this. I think I can play it live here on air. So this is the Kansas City police chief giving some updated information. Updated information is important. What they're now saying is that the shooting, CNN had the story going as well, that the shooting was a dispute that started in a dispute and spilled out quickly to what's going on. Does that change the end result? No, people are dead. People are traumatized. So we have another incident of high-profile gun violence, gun access, as I said in my Anytime News segment yesterday, health, mental health, health care for all those kind of issues are here again. But I do think it doesn't change anything for me, but I always do preach, updated information. This wasn't, it doesn't make it any better. I'm not saying it's any better, but it wasn't one person, a lone gunman in armor. It was something else, right? And then we can analyze that else as well. But the end result is one person is dead. A local DJ, Lisa Lopez Galvin is her name, working the event, dead. Over 20 injured, most of them children. Age range from 8 to 47. My age group. Half are under 16. 3 suspects taken into custody. But here, I have not heard this yet. So let's see if we can do this.
The law
Can you all hear that?
response was exemplary. Those in attendance also responded. They helped one another and even physically stopped a person.
800
who
police
was believed
officers
to be
there,
involved
but
in the incident.
what are you gonna do?
I want to thank the people who acted bravely yesterday alongside law enforcement, to include the Kansas City Fire Department. Your selfless act did not go unnoticed. Thank you, Kansas City.
It's got Colonel Birds
This
on.
appeared to be a dispute between several people that ended in gunfire. The 22 victims' age range between 8 years old and 47 years old. At least half of our victims are under the age of 16. As mentioned yesterday, we have subjects detained, 2 of which are juveniles.
Juveniles. Oh, that is new. I didn't know that. Okay. Okay. Doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything. Kingsport Cal asks a fair question, I would say, about society. How the hell did 9 children get hit by bullets over a scuffle? Yeah. How does that spill out? How to do it? It is. It's definitely an issue too, of a societal issue, not just the guns, but the cold, callous hearts. And I get it. Biblical scholars will warn me. The Bible talks about the hearts of men will grow cold or whatever it is at the end of the year. Sounds like a Lord of the Rings quote. But that is, not where the conversation should stop about our hearts. It's about access and all those things. But an interesting, tragic update on that. What is this quote? He said, the mayor says, unfortunately, this is not the first shooting at a parade in our country or a rally. This is certainly a tragic incident for us. We don't have experience with them. All right. Okay. All right. None of it's good. None of it's good. So I'm not going to dwell too much on that. But I do want to dwell on this absolute fuckstick. This guy is, I think he's about 28 years old, Representative Chris Lonsdale from 38th District of Missouri. He's an Eagle Scout. He's a Catholic. He's Missouri first, Liberty first, loathed by the swamp. So he says things that are the truth. He posted this yesterday, and I want to be clear. There's people saying it was 35 minutes after the first news of the shooting broke. Representative Chris Lonsdale, who's a Trumper, who's a Josh Hawley supporter. Josh Hawley's one of my least favorite human beings in the world. And he was at this Lonsdale, this representative. Look at this absolute dork. Jeans with brown dress shoes and a pullover. This is black on black, kids. That's all you need to wear. So this dip looks like you'd expect him to look. He posted, had a great time at the Chiefs Super Bowl parade. The reports it was 35 minutes after the first thing. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because the world works. This is how the world works. You might not know. You might be in another part. You got to promote your podcast. You have an automatic tweet set. Double check those. You wake up and there's a mass shooting and you're on Twitter going, hey, I've got my top 5 favorite popcorns. Check out this podcast today. It helps. It happens. Okay. It happens. I'm going to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I'll even give this stickwad the benefit of the doubt. It's still up. His tweet is still up. 586 comments of people being like, hey, Dip, did you hear anything? Did you see anything? Have you looked at the news? Take it down. That's even the people being nice to him. I guess you didn't get the memo, idiot. That's the first comment, and I love it. Here's the picture of the woman who was killed. 11 kids and growing in the hospital. And these, and you're right, David Case is probably the most engagement he's gotten tweet, and I think that's part of why it's there. I'm engaging with it. I didn't know who this dip was until the moment I saw this last night. Representative Chris Lonsdale. Look, no, he got elected at 26. Counts himself as part of the future of the Republican Party. And this is what it's about. First of all, they're dressed like that. Blue jeans, brown dress shoes. That's how you know they're a young, dumb fucking Republican. But the callousness, the cruelty, all of it part of the point. Just another day in America where now, as we know, a scuffle turns into a death and a traumatic event for those injured, those in attendance, and those, all of us engaged with the story. I don't know who this dip is. I'm saying dip over and over because I don't want YouTube algorithms to completely destroy me. I was so angry when I saw this last night. You just want to, violence on violence doesn't work. That's human instinct, right? I want to throttle him. And I had no point. I was like, I wanted to bring this guy. I just wanted to look at this dips page. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this guy. Eagle Scout. Yeah, see, he believes nearly every Republican senator under the age of 55 voted no on this American last bill. 15 out of 70 elected to 2018 voted no. Things are changing, just not fast enough. This is the thoughts going in. There he is, tweeting his buddy Josh Hawley, one of the worst human beings on the planet, defending Trump and his words against NATO. But there he is, celebrating Kansas City football team's victory. Chris Lonsdale, Representative Chris Lonsdale. I got nothing. It makes me so effing angry. Take the damn thing down. Have a little bit of empathy. A little bit of empathy. All right, I got a cup of coffee. See, the coffee is not enough. The coffee is not enough. We're going to talk a lot about this Jon Stewart thing on Anytime tomorrow. I got a lot of thoughts. I liked it. I like Jon. Big fan of Jon. I got what he was doing. I think more importantly, what Jon Stewart was doing, whether intentional or not, opened up a fissure on the left that needs to be discussed. We're going to discuss that tomorrow. Yeah, that's it. I could end this. I could do 14 minutes of coffee right now. And Representative Chris Lonsdale. What are we doing? I got to find a silly story. I don't care about the Marvel Fantastic Forecast. I like the people. I'm glad I live in a world where this isn't the first story I have to cover today. I'm glad this is where my movie news past drives me retroactively crazy. There used to be a time where I'd have to get up and be like, there's a shooting in the world. It's an election that's really important. But I guess I got to go debate the Marvel Fantastic Forecast for 20 minutes on a movie talk set. I got no skin in this. Kingsport Cal in the chat. Who is a channel member? Become a channel member to join the chat live. Madam Web isn't great, I heard. Yeah, I heard it too. I have a feeling, though, and this is a case of where, for a lot of reasons, not the director's fault, probably not, maybe not the writer's fault, a lot of reasons this movie's bad. I think they're going to do documentaries on Madam Web. We're going to see a Netflix 2.0 doc on Madam Web. I just created Netflix 2.0. There's going to be a new version of Netflix. You didn't know? I think that's going to come out. I have no problem with this cast. I like Pedro Pascal. He's in everything. Joseph Quinn, of course, breaking out of Stranger Things and Game of Thrones. Eben Moss-Backrack, Vanessa Kirby. Eben, is that his name? Eben Moss-Backrack. I'm only familiar with him from Andor, and he was great in Andor. He is one of those actors on a rise. All these actors. This is part of the problem I have with Hollywood. Is you get on a track. You become not even an it person. You just become. You ever wonder why? Wow, I'm suddenly seeing Eben Moss-Backrack again, who's super talented, and I'm happy for this guy. He's had a lot of credits before, but suddenly you're like, oh, Andor, oh, The Bear, oh, now he's doing this. Oh, Joseph Quinn, he was a guest star, he was a day player almost in Game of Thrones. Now he's in Stranger Things. Now he's in this. Vanessa Kirby, Pedro Pascal was in L.A. I know friends who know Pedro from back in the day. They knew him when he got Game of Thrones. Suddenly, he's in everything. And he's super talented. He's one of my favorites. I'm so cynical about these kind of announcements, though, now. This is why I'm not talking about movie news. Because no other people can break through. This town works like this. There's like 6 people that everyone's going to cast. And it changes. Someone gets hot and someone breaks through. Yeah, who wasn't in Game of Thrones? A lot of people. A lot of people were in, and a lot of people not. And I think every one of these actors are deserving of the role. I want every one of these actors to take the money, cash the checks, put them aside, and continue their career. Pedro Pascal's on an amazing run, right? Joseph Quinn's about to start the run. It's not like there isn't a bunch of other talented actors in this city. I guarantee you they are, or this business overall. I know not all the actors are just here. But it drives me effing crazy when you just see, oh, we got the new cast, and it's the 4 actors that we think are on the fast track right now. And whether they're all talented or not, Sam Worthington is an example. If suddenly Sam Worthington was, we've got to put, it's like a list. There's literally lists. There's lists that you need to kind of get on. I'm not on these, never going to be on this list. I'm not an actor, but there's a list with directors. Here's the 10 kind of working directors we choose. It drives me effing crazy. Maddie Gunner's here from the UK. UK conscription is no longer the army for Game of Thrones. And that's casting offices. That's casting offices. You get in with a casting office, and that's the goal. And suddenly you're everywhere. And again, every one of these 4 actors. Oh, turning your passion into a profession. Should I join the military? It starts here. If I click on it, I could fly that plane. Am I a maintainer? Do I like focus? Am I a humanitarian? Should I join the Air Force? I got nothing else going in my life. Anyways, I don't want to talk about it too much. It sounds bitter for those 4 people, of which I enjoy their work. But man, it's a machine. It's an effing machine, this town. Brian Tillerchick said, don't do it. Think of the songs I could write, though, Brian. I could write some lyrics. I got some sad lyrics brewing for a song we're working on now. I could join the Air Force, and we can write songs about up in the sky, taking on the world. Boom, 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 boom. We're going strong. That sounds like a McCartney song. Matty Gunnarsson says, Fred, I'd rather you didn't. Become a channel member and hang out with me and convince me to not join the Air Force. Why wouldn't you want to be a channel member for this? David McKay says, I understand the status of Fantastic Four in the Marvel Universe means they wouldn't want names for the Fantastic Four. Yeah, and I think outside of Pedro Pascal, those are not well-known names. They will be. And again, good, like Joseph Quinn, good for him. I'm not rooting against any of those 4 actors, and I know you're not either, David. It's now he's going to be in everything. You're going to see him in everything, and God bless. And Grace, we want her on those lists too. Grace gets on those lists, I'm out. I'll see y'all. I'm going to be a house husband cleaning the pool. All right, this is a good one to end on a day which we're dealing with a high-profile shooting and everything with that. 1 in 3 Republicans believes baseless Taylor Swift election conspiracy theory poll finds. I don't know who's answering these polls, number one. Grace for Alicia Masters. She's close. I won't go into the details. There was a superhero show a couple years ago. She went very high in the audition process. She was one of the last ones, and a more known quantity got it, and that's why I get upset. If you're saying this thing's rather personal for Ken, that's why I get upset. When you get so close to life-changing castings, but a safe group of 7 names are what they choose from. Drives you crazy. 1/3 of Republicans say they believe Taylor Swift is involved in a covert government effort to help Joe Biden win the 2024 presidential election. A poll published Wednesday from Monmouth University. I don't know where Monmouth University is. That's like the coolest, Taylor's outside of being a tremendously talented individual, very attractive woman, but I don't like her. She's got the bangs a lot of time. That's a good look, Taylor. Taylor needs more of this look. I know it's a award show glam team look, but she looks like a femme fatale there. Good job, Taylor. The The absurd and baseless conspiracy theory, I'm not going to go on to read all of this. This is fucking hilarious to me. Brian Tiller says in the chat, that's a scary headline. 1 out of 3. 1/3. Eddie Gunner says, another way to say 1 in 3 Republicans is stupid. Look, I'll refute. I'll say, hey, I don't necessarily think that this is about stupid people. This is about where we are. You want to know why? You want to know why I fight so hard against the UAP, UFO, alien talk right now, even though I'm interested in it, even though I think it's fun to read about, and I'd love for me to open up my door and an alien ship be landing here today. It's because of this stuff. The connection, the wall between these things is thin. It seems harmless that people are like, I don't know, I think the government's hiding alien bodies they recovered at crashes. You think it's harmless, but this stuff is connected to it. The walls are thin between these two things. Heading out says, can't wait the UFO grifters switch over to Taylor Swift conspiracies. Conspiracy theories are damning and damaging to us and to actual history and to actually where we are and who we are. There are things that happen in shadows that we don't understand. I get it. Got it. People always try to throw some things at me like that. Got it. Yes. I grew up in a time where we did not believe, as young white kids in the suburbs, that the CIA would tell Ricky Ross to put crack in the sack, as Boots Riley sings in one of my favorite songs of all time, from The Coup, which was also the theme song to Winning Time. And I have to admit, I was like, yeah, this song from Winning Time is great. I'm going to listen to it. Oh, I feel like David Herman in the opening scene of Office Space. I don't know if this song's for me, but it's great. My favorite mutiny. Check it out. You know what I mean? That's not a conspiracy theory, though. That was something people knew that they were saying, and no one would believe them. All right? The conspiracy of who shot Kennedy, I'm telling you, it's Oswald. I'm telling you. Doesn't mean that it couldn't be other things and this and that, and it gets fun, but it's dangerous when you play that string out. That is why over this last year, I've become an old grump. I understand I am not fun. Brian Taylor says, how arrogant of us think that they would care about Earth. How arrogant they would think of that we care about Earth. They would care about Earth. But also, are they just crashing? Are they just bad? They're out drunk for the weekend crashing their ships? How many effing ships are crashing here? I believe more flying over than crashing. Swift has been attacked for weeks by vocal proponents of the theory, notable influential personalities toting fringe MAGA ideologies, including former presidential hopeful Vic Ramaswamy, conspiracy theorist Jack I can never say his name, Posobiec, who gives a shit? He's an asshole. He's a dip. And right-wing media personality Benny Johnson, who's also a dip. These are all dips. Vic's a dip, too. Representative Chris Lonsdale, dip. They're all dip. Bad pilots, as Brian Tiller. Matty Gunner says, used to do jiu-jitsu with a guy who was obsessed with the Tower 7 thing. Would not shut up about it. And yeah, it's all the same stuff. No reality can be presented to them to change their mind. And so it is with this Taylor thing. I like her boyfriend, Travis, says Trump, even though he may be a liberal and probably can't stand me. This might be the wisest thing Trump has ever said. I don't want to be a grump today. Because I have friends who believe in the alien stuff. And again, I'll have a conversation with anyone. Like on the Tower 7 thing with the World Trade Center stuff. Hit me with your best shot. I want to hear it. None of it really makes sense. And it all distracts your own mind from the actual real issues here. And for this real issue, it's the Republicans know that they are, despite what Representative Chris Dip Longsdale would say, they're losing the future. Change is inevitable. You will always lose to change. We will all lose to change in time. these kind of conspiracy theories that 1 in 3 Republicans believe. I should ask my parents. I'm in a good spot with my parents. After some struggles in the last couple of years over politics, I want to ask it because I don't even know if they know who Taylor Swift is. I mean, what are you talking about? So maybe my parents are the 2 out of the 3 who just definitely don't know. But even then, it grabs on so easy. The election fraud theory stuff from 2020. Like I have family members who are all in on that. They're all in on it, but they're not in on it in a militia, let's go storm the Capitol way. They are all in on it in this sense of, well, I don't know, things looked odd. And they can't explain what it was that was odd. What looked odd? That the mail-in ballots came in a little bit later and were counted later per normal? That Democrats are more likely to adapt to new methods? Republicans are more likely to stick with what was working for them, which isn't even an insult. It's just kind of the dividing line. Couldn't get my mom to answer that. Well, things looked weird. What looked weird? The documentary, the 2000 Mule documentary, the people behind it, I just saw the headline today. King Sportcast was like, I doubt your parents would even know who Tay is. Yeah, absolutely right. My mom, if I was to be like, Mom, do you know who Taylor Swift is? This is my mom's mom, and I love my mom. She would answer, I don't listen to popular music. Like it's a point of pride. I have disconnected, and I'm proud of that. The team behind the company behind the 2000 Mules doc, which is the doc that everyone goes to if they're trying to tell you that the election was rigged in 2020. They have come out today and said that oh yeah, sorry, we didn't have enough information. We didn't have anything. I'm gonna see if I can bring that up. 2000 Mule. There you go. 36 minutes ago. Let's see if I can read this. This is Dinesh D'Souza's doc here. Trying to find the actual information. Maybe I can't find it. You go look at that. True. I saw the headline this morning, and I was going to click on it. Let's see. I should just switch over so you guys can watch my Google searching. Let's do it. Let's Google search together. Thanks for hanging out with me. 28 minutes of coffee. Conservative group. There you go. True the Vote. What a name. True the Vote fails to reveal evidence of Georgia voting fraud claims. This is yesterday. I saw it this morning. Conservative group tells judge it has no evidence to back its claim of Georgia ballot stuffing. A conservative group has told a Georgia judge that it doesn't have evidence to support its claims of illegal ballot stuffing during the 2020 general election and a runoff 2 months later. Texas-based True the Vote filed complaints with Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger in 2021, including one which said it obtained a detailed account of coordinated efforts to collect and deposit ballots in drop boxes across Metro Atlanta during November 2020 and January 2021 runoff. So, in their written response, attorneys for True the Vote said the group had no names or other documentary evidence to share. Once again, True the Vote has proven himself untrustworthy and unable to provide a shred of evidence for a single one of their fairy tale allegations. So this happened late last night, or yesterday. I woke up and saw this headline. And that's what I'm saying. That's why buying into the UAP alien conversation too far, you are helping push this kind of stuff because now you can't trust anything. You are one step away from the deep states conversation, even if you aren't. You got to be careful with talking about that stuff. You can joke about how dumb people are if 1 out of 3 Republicans who answered the phone call on this poll think Taylor Swift actually is a part of a covert operation to get Biden elected. It's silly and it's fun, but that doc, 2000 Mules, helped fuel so many people's beliefs that the election was completely, totally rigged. And every bit of evidence you throw back at them, that some of the only election fraud issues discovered were done to the benefit of the Republicans, It's not like there hasn't been election fraud or election probes in our history. So yes, you can acknowledge that there's always been some stuff. I mean, imagine the fraud that probably happened in 1802 or 1800 when you had to like send your vote off by horseback somewhere and would get there months later. Like I understand it's an issue. We want voter integrity. We want election integrity. This is where it leads us. All right. I think I woke. It's a grumpy day. 32 minutes of Ken being grumpy. We had a great time on the stream yesterday. Check the stream yesterday. Thanks to those that hung. I've got to do some work today. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited about all of you hanging out with me. Become a channel member so you don't have to watch this later. You can be in the chat going, Ken, you're grumpy today. Ken, you're calling everyone dips. Ken, you said some swear words. We're werewolves, not swear wolves. All right. Thank you all. Thank you all. Hey, check out. All right, please, for the love of God. For the love of God, okay? Please, put the old promo up there. Check out the Moonagers. Hot damn, we got some good songs, and we got a good one right now. There's there was another one. There was a little demo Mr. Brian Tiller posted on our Moonagers Discord last night. I love Brian. I love it. We got another one. Elliott Smith inspired. I'd say that I'm trying not to be sad in the lyrics, but it's a sad song. Got some good stuff out there. Please take a listen. We just released the special one and What Remains EP. And it's out there. You know how hard it is, Matty Gunner. Get people listening to music. All right, that's it.